Look at your hands right now. Just look at them for a second. They're holding a phone, or maybe resting on a desk, or loosely curled around nothing at all. They seem ordinary. They feel ordinary. But underneath the skin, inside the bones and tendons, and the architecture of every joint, there is a record, a physical record, written over hundreds of thousands of years. Something happened to the human body across deep time, something measurable, something carved into the skeleton, and you are carrying the edited version of it. Keep watching, because what you find out about your own body in the next few minutes will not leave you. Homo sapiens, living between 300,000 and 50,000 years ago, were not bigger versions of us. They were structurally different. Bone cross-section studies of prehistoric forager skeletons reveal cortical bone, the dense outer wall of the femur, that is dramatically thicker than anything seen in modern humans. We're talking measurable differences in bone density of up to 20% compared to contemporary populations. That is not a small gap. That is a different body. And grip strength? Skeletal analysis of ancient hand bones suggests mechanical loading, the force placed on the hand repeatedly over a lifetime, that would exceed most modern professional athletes. Think about this. A Holocene skeletal record study tracking bone robusticity over 10,000 years shows a consistent, measurable decline in structural bone strength, beginning almost exactly when agriculture begins. That is not coincidence. That is the human body responding in real time to a change in what life demands from it. Here is why that happened, and why it is still happening inside you right now. Your body runs on a principle called phenotypic plasticity, a complicated term for a simple idea. It means your body builds exactly what it needs, and not 1 gram more. Muscle is expensive. Bone density is expensive. Every extra kilogram of muscle mass you carry burns roughly 50 additional calories a day at rest, doing nothing. Over a year, that is thousands of calories your body has to find, process, and spend. Calories that could mean the difference between survival and starvation in a world without guaranteed food. So your body makes a continuous calculation. Are you demanding this capacity? Are you loading these bones, tearing these fibers, covering this ground daily? If the answer is no, the body quietly withdraws the investment. Not as a failure, as a decision. Your body is not lazy, it is efficient. The agricultural transition roughly 10,000 years ago changed the daily physical equation so dramatically that the body began recalibrating across generations. The result is you. The bones don't lie. At Natufian archaeological sites in the Levant, some of the earliest agricultural communities, dating to around 12,000 years ago, researchers have tracked the transition in skeletal robusticity in real time. Natufian forager skeletons show thicker, denser bones than the farming populations that follow them within a few hundred years. The femur cross-sections narrow. The upper body shows less asymmetric loading from carrying heavy kills. The bones record a body being asked to do less and responding accordingly. Add to this the tool evidence. Flint knapping, shaping stone blades, requires hours of sustained, fine, high-force repetitive work. Hunter-gatherers covered roughly 15 to 20 kilometers per day, frequently carrying animal carcasses or material loads across uneven terrain. No wheels, no leverage systems, just the body, loaded and moving. The skeleton adapts to that, or it breaks, and the skeletons that survived show exactly the adaptation you would predict. Then there are the Neanderthals. They are not us. They are a separate branch, and that distinction matters. But they represent a useful ceiling for what the human frame can become under sustained extreme physical pressure. Neanderthal arm bones show pronounced asymmetry. The dominant arm consistently develops heavier, denser bone structure, consistent with high-force repetitive labor beginning in childhood. Not athletic training, survival labor, from early age, every day, for life. Modern professional athletes, the most physically developed humans alive, show some analogous asymmetry, but the magnitude falls short. That gap tells you something. It tells you that what we call peak human performance today was not the baseline for a Neanderthal childhood. So what does that mean for your body, right now? sitting wherever you are. But here's the part nobody talks about. The reduction in human physical capacity was not accidental drift. It was selected for. When agriculture arrived and food became both more reliable and more scarce in new ways, crop failures, famine, drought, the high metabolism body became a liability. A body carrying 10 kilograms of additional muscle mass requires an estimated 350 to 500 extra calories per day to sustain it. In a famine year, that gap kills you before it kills a smaller, leaner body. The physically robust hunter-gatherer physique, so perfectly suited to one world, became dangerous in another. Smaller, more metabolically conservative bodies survived the lean years. They had more children. The body you're in right now is partly descended from that survival logic. What looks like physical diminishment from the outside was, in context, a winning strategy. So where does that leave you? Your body has something ancient humans did not develop in the same way. Extraordinary fine motor precision, endurance patterns suited to sustained cognitive labor over hours, coordination refined for using tools that multiply physical force rather than replace it. These are not consolations. They are adaptations, genuine, costly, selected for adaptations to a world built from language and abstraction and constructed environments. What if the question was never about who is more capable, but about what each body was answering to? What if your hand, right now, represents exactly as much adaptation as a Neanderthal forearm, just adapted to a world that asks different questions of the body? There's no hierarchy here. There is only different. Look at your hands again. Not smaller versions of something that came before. A different answer to a different world.